Hey, what's up, guys? We are in a new spot today, and I am grabbed my trail cam from the last spot it was at, and I'm moving it over here to a section where I saw a ton of elk sign last year. And as I pulled up to the end of this little cat road, there's a fresh rub on a tree right next to me, where there's one in here somewhere who's probably dropped his antlers or is getting ready to. So I'm gonna poke around here for a few minutes with Cinder. And maybe put my cam up in here too and see if I can get this sucker on film, but we'll see what happens. Here's that rub. I've seen these a lot this time of year when they're dropping antlers. You can still see the pitch coming out of there. It's kind of a different type of a rub than what they do during the rut. You can see all the bark on the ground. Yeah, hopefully we can find this sucker's antlers in here. We're gonna go take a look. Yeah, we got rubs in here. Little mountain stream coming through, and it kind of flattens out. Got another little ridge through there. Nice little area for a bull to be hanging out. Let's see if we can get lucky and find an antler today. Guys, I am super pumped right now. I've not found an antler, but I found something arguably just as cool, something that you don't find too often here in the coastal range of Oregon, and that is an awesome wallow. I mean, this thing is crazy, and to make it even crazier, it looks like he's been using it recently, because I was walking through, I crossed a little creek there, it opens up into this nice meadow, and me and Cinder are walking around, and I come up to the edge of the timber because it looks good, and I start to see like these mud splotches in the grass, and it stinks. And I'm like, what the hell is up with this? And I kind of start following it and peeked around the corner of this tree, and holy crap, wait until you guys see this. Pretty sure I'm gonna put my cam in here. I'm worried someone else might know about this, and they might steal it, but we're gonna risk it. With that being said, I'm gonna flip the camera here and I'm gonna show you guys what I just found. It's crazy. So I found the trail I'm gonna take out of here. I don't know, you can't see it very well, but you see these little muddy stains in the grass? That's where he went, rolled in the mud, and walked back out. So I'm going to follow that trail out and see if I can't find an antler. Cinder! Cinder! Come on! Alright, I'll show you guys this wallow. It's freaking nuts. I cannot believe I just found this. This is insane. You can see all these little muddy tracks. Cinder, get back here. Oh God, I don't want her to get in that. Cinder! Cinder, get away from there. Look, go over there. Go look. Go look. Go look for the antler. Go look. If she gets in that wallow, I can't put her in the truck. I don't have a leash or something to tie her off with. Holy crap, guys. This is insane. I'm looking on the trees over here for a camera, because if someone's found this, you know they're going to have a camera on it. Look at this. Look at this. Look how wet that is. Cinder, get out of there. Get out of there. Get back. Look at that, guys. That's a primo freaking elk wallow. Look at all the Look at the tracks in there. He's been using it not too long ago. Crazy. This is an awesome spot. Goes up into this ridge here on this timber. He's got trails going up in it and going away from the wallow in multiple directions. But look, it's all mud. I found some flagging tape over here, and I'm hoping that it's old and that there's no one that knows about this, but yeah, I'm going to be putting a camera in here and watching this sucker. So I'm going to go put the camera out. Just crazy. And then I'm going to go follow his trail back into the timber that way and head back towards the truck and see if we can't find an antler. Crazy, dude. I can't believe he'd be using this time of year, but apparently he is, because you saw his muddy tracks cutting through that meadow. Insane. Alright, I'm gonna put my cam up. Alright, one more view of this freaking crazy wallow. I'm so excited to find this. I haven't seen any trail cams around. I looked everywhere. Hopefully no one else knows about this spot or finds it with my camera being here, but I'm going to leave my camera here for a while. Oh my god. Freaking nuts. Alright, we're going to start heading out of here and see if we can't find an antler on his trail out. Here's a view from just up the ridge of where this wallow is. It's huge. It's like a kid's swimming pool. And they've already been using it, so got a trail up here. I'm gonna follow this a little bit, make my way back down and around. I just had to get Cinder away from it because she kept wanting to jump in there. And she won't ride in the bed of the truck. She'll jump out, so I gotta keep her as clean as possible so she can ride back in the cab with me. But awesome little area in here. Huge wallow. A lot of elk rubs. Bull rubs, I should say. Definitely going to be a spot I keep tabs on. Potential backup spot for hunting season. Or maybe the spot with what I just found. We'll see though. Alright, we're going to make our way back down here. Find his trail going out. That's a first for me. I've never found a wallow on the Coast Range here that was that big, that fresh, that used. Let alone finding one where there's muddy tracks leading away from it and up another trail for me to follow. That's pretty awesome. That sucker must have got real muddy. And it wasn't that long ago. I mean, you can see the mud still on the grass. It just rained. Yesterday morning we got some rain. And that was Friday. Early in the week we had a decent amount of rain before it heated up. So we had a 70-degree day and an 80-degree day before the weather kind of turned a bit. And I think they were getting hot and decided to take a bath just a couple of days ago from what it looks like. Sorry, it's a little shaky. I forgot my stabilizer stick. Alright, we're back here in this little meadow. All these little dark patches in the grass are his muddy tracks, where he was dripping mud and walking through here. That's what we're going to follow out. It might have been more than one, but with all the rubs and stuff in here, look at that. I don't know if you could tell, but he's got mud all over these leaves. So freaking cool. Still see mud, that lighter colored mud on the trail. And I've got a tree hung up on my pack. I'm gonna have to rethink how I have my trekking poles in here, because they're a catch-all for freaking limbs. Driving me crazy. But Cinder likes to go ahead of me on the trail, but she likes to stay close too. She won't go too far. I'm hoping she comes back back with an antler here in a second. I can see the truck through the trees right here. I'm just following this out. I'm still seeing their light mud tracks on here from where they walked out of that wallow. It's crazy. It's crazy in here. I'm gonna get off here for now. Keep looking around here for a minute, follow this trail as far as I can, and then I gotta be home for a birthday party here in a bit, so we'll check in. Alright, we followed the tracks up through the timber, through this little tiny meadow, back into the timber, and then it just became a wall of viney maple, and I just kept hanging it up on my trekking poles there, so I gotta situate those differently for sure. Did not find an antler. We followed the mud on the tracks and all over the leaves for a good while, probably about 200 yards before it got so thick we had to cut back into the timber. But as we cut back in here, I'm seeing nice trails, open pockets here in the trees, a lot of food for them. Seeing their crap all over the place. Some of it old, some of it maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 days old, something like that. I'm pretty sure it was one singular elk that used that wallow and came out from the tracks that we followed. I'm thinking it's a bull based on all the sign I was seeing in that area and all the rubs that were just from this last season. There was one that looked like it might have been newer, but I'm still leaning towards last year. There was the one where the truck sat that looks like a fresh one, one of their, I call it antler scratching when they're getting ready to drop. There's a lot of theories on why they do that. Some people think the antlers are hurting them, or that they're itching real bad, or who knows, but they seem to do those weird smaller rubs where they just scratch in one spot when they're getting ready to drop. So anytime I see those and they're fresh, I immediately will start combing that area, just because if they're rubbing like that, and there's a good chance they're coming off soon. Doesn't mean I found any yet, which I haven't, but I've spoken to other people that talked about that as well, and they found antlers in close proximity to those types of rubs. So something that I've started doing the last couple years, just because you never know. And finding a nice big Roosevelt shed antler or a matching set would be freaking awesome. And that's always the dream. It's tough though. You can see all the scenery around me with all the vegetation and viney maple and all the ground cover and sticks and whatnot. It's just tough. So I got the dog with me most of the time when I'm out looking for sheds. She knows what they smell like because I've given her many antlers. She just hasn't ever found one yet with me, so kind of a bummer, but I know she'll find one eventually. They're just hard to find. Well, I don't have my phone stick, so it's making it difficult for me to keep this straight, and it looks like it's right up in my face. So I'm gonna cross this road right here. Looks like there's a nice little open kind of area in there that I can look around, and then we're gonna head back down the road. There's one more spot I want to check on my way out before I head home for the birthday party, so we'll see what we can find. Yeah, we got a deer just right in front of me, out across the road. The zoom in quality looks like crap, but and just sitting there. Oh, there he goes, or she, taking off. Stopped at one more spot before we head home. Rub from last year. That might be a couple years old. We got a rub on that tree. There was another one I saw through the trees over that way. Cool little flat in here that's kind of open. Seeing a lot of rubs in here, that's a good sign. Looked like a good spot to look for a shed on the way out. There must be a little marsh down in here. I hear the frogs going nuts. Not sure if you guys can, but I sure can. Cinder's like, what the heck is that? What is that, Cinder? Oh yeah, you can kind of see through the trees there. There's a lot of standing water. Cool little area. I can see why the deer and the elk are coming through here and rubbing all over the trees. Food everywhere. They got a water source. Easy walking in the timber over here. Right through there where it gets brighter is where that standing water is. I'm not going to go too close to it because Cinder is a fanatic with water and she'll jump in there. I don't want that. Make our way back towards the truck here. Just kind of slip through the trees, see if we can't find an antler. I have not had a lot of success this year. I have found two shed antlers, both deer. And what is this? Looks like someone left some attractant out here and got all tore up and chewed on. Yeah, it's definitely a spot. I could see someone setting up a little ground blind or ambush point. Really freaking cool spot. I've seen a lot of blacktail in these areas when I'm out driving around in the woods. Caught, you drive by and you look out and you see them kind of moving through there feeding. Depending on the weather and the way the sun is, certain times of the day, these spots are pretty thick, but they're open enough that there's a decent amount of sunlight that peeks through, and I've noticed they like kind of following that and getting them some sun and eating while they move. Really freaking cool spot. It's like any other spot I find that I really like. You're walking around and you just can't fathom how you're not seeing antlers. But that's how it goes. Sometimes you find them in the crappiest looking spots and other times you don't. Yeah. It sure looks good. I'm going to wind around and make a little loop back to the truck, and I'll pop back on here if we find anything. What do you think, Cinder? Huh? You going to go find an antler? Where is it? Go get it. Go get your antler. Go find it.